Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the introduction, and I thank everybody for coming, giving me feedback. And let me tell you the story of this this presentation. The date that you see, 1999, is not a typo. That's real. That's where I was developed, and this. Academicians have creative way of humiliating themselves. So this is a like an idea that I developed in 1999. I send it, and it is not my line of specialty. Economics is not mine, or economic modeling. So I felt that I need economic feedback. So I talked with my economist brother Muhdin Kassar, and he said yes, and he further expanded the model. Okay, I sent it to one who is like I trust to review it, and I was reprimanded. So I said okay. I kept it in my drawers from 1999. Since I'm coming here, I said I'll get feedback from the learned people around here, and I was expecting like a more private feedback. Now it is a more public humiliation. That's fine. Probably I deserve it. Okay. So I'll go I'll cover the subject fast, because it's nothing like exactly new. You know the subject, so I'll allow the maximum of feedback and of. Okay, inheritance in Sharia. First, usually we say that. It's not always that men takes more double the women. It's there in general the proportion of inheritance is based on the distance of kinship, generation, whether it is whether it is the younger generation takes priority over the older one, responsibility for household spending. This is what usually already we know. Okay, this is the basis of inheritance. The 2-to-1 is only usually applies to the wife and sibling who inherit from an immediate root, from a father or a grandfather. So this is like we put on in our mind. Okay. Now, in modern societies, how is inheritance working in modern society? Like there's difficulties in the ramification of inheritance, like the assumption that the male can provide for, like the male who takes twice as much the female can provide for the other kin, doesn't always work well. Like take the case if the male is in a third world country and his sister or the people who supposedly he would spend on them are in a more expensive country, it doesn't work. Okay, so a lot of cases, the idea that the male can take care of the females against against the increase or the share that he takes, it doesn't work well. And I know people who are really learned in Sharia who in their life wrote for the females part of the inheritance before they as not as a wasiyah, because there is no wasiyah to warith, but they give ownership and retained from themselves the right to use utilization until they die. So this is like people feel that there is a problem there. So I said, well, we talk about Islam as a system, and if Islam works as a system, there should be some connection between mahr and inheritance, because both are financial things. Okay, so there should be some connection. So here's the question: could mahr constitute an effective safety net for older age wives' needs, whether it is because of divorce or early death? Okay, is it rational for women to receive mahr earlier in her life against less inheritance later? So this is the question. So now the lecture will look for a point, for a specific point in which or at which taking half from the side of females is fair. This is what I'm looking for. Is there a case where that could be that could occur? Okay, and here I okay. So I have to start from some simplifying assumption and some empirical generalization. Let me start with the empirical generalization. Married women have more obstacles for working early in life as compared to men. If we assume that married women are going to bring children, then it is reasonable to say there are harder to more obstacles to work or to receive some money. Most cultures find it functional to assign men a priority in the responsibility for providing the family. I am putting the sentence in this way to avoid, like, it is haram to work, for women to work. I'm not saying that, okay, but from a very practical, functional point of view. Okay, and then we can take into consideration that income goes up and down in life, and usually it tends to rise then decline. Okay, obviously there are a lot of cases does not correspond to this pattern. Okay, let me start with simplifying assumption. Okay, now we will say a female and a male sister and brother get married at the same time. One receive meher and one receive and one. Okay, no, yes, she will receive meher. Okay. He doesn't receive meher, and let us see what happened with her meher if she invested it early at the time of marriage. Okay, this is the simplifying assumption. Okay, so we will compare the value of meher plus her share of inheritance with the male's share of inheritance when death occurs. Is that clear? Does it? Okay. So again, sister and brother.
You mean when death occurs, like after 30, 40 years.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Not instantly.
No, not instantly. Thank you for that. Yeah, yeah, that wouldn't work well.
My wife has already calculated with inflation and rate of return,
Yeah.
which I can't afford.
But in cases when the meher is paid immediately, then what?
Okay, this is exactly what I'm coming. Okay.
I wish I could go in more detail, but